Welcome back to E-Rodic the brand. Hi, I am your host and favorite dating and sex coach, Eden Lee Middleman. We are going to be discussing how to date. I'm going to include my dating app tips as well for you guys, things you need to know on how to successfully find the right people online and in person. I am always asked, Eden, where the hell am I supposed to find people that want the same things as me, that are cool people, that are not a waste of my time? How did you find your person? La di fucking da. And I think you guys are all hoping that I'm going to tell you that there's like this underground secret spot where we all meet, like all the eligible bachelors and bachelorettes all meet and wait for you to just walk down this basement set of stairs. I don't know why it's a basement, but apparently it is in my fantasy or my dream or my world. And you walk down the stairs and you are greeted with a bunch of potentials and they're all fucking perfect. Honey, there's no such thing. The truth is, and I'm going to just get this out of the fucking way because it's boring, and like you guys know, and if you watch my YouTube channel or if you listen to the podcast, you know that it requires a lot of internal work for you to be able to attract anybody close to that amazing caliber that we all yearn for and reach for and hope that will, knock on a door and say, hey, I'm here. First of all, don't answer anyone that knocks on the door. Stranger fucking danger. If you're not focusing on all areas of your life and if you're not becoming a well-rounded person dealing with your traumas, dealing with your daddy and mommy issues, then you're not going to be able to find anyone successful, anyone that's good for you, anyone that's healthy, anyone that is great for you, anyone that will be a long-term, healthy, happy partner. Think about it this way. If you are not going to become the person that you want to attract, the person that you want will never be attracted to you. Did you get that? It's really A plus B equals C. Why the fuck do you think, my friends, why do you think that somebody who has their life put together, who is sweet, loyal, caring, loving, in his masculine or in her feminine, is going to be attracted to somebody who is not healthy? Now, I'm not saying to pause, and this is the question I get all the time. Should I go and heal and figure out my shit and then when I'm ready, then go out and date? This is a lifelong process. If you are not on that process, then yeah, maybe you should take a fucking pause and reevaluate what the fuck you are doing with your time in your life. But if you are on that path of taking care of yourself, of focusing on getting your money right, focusing on your healthy friendships and your family life, hobbies, things that fulfill you in other areas, then you're good to go. You won't have it all figured out. That's the reality of it. You think I had it all figured out when I found my person? No, I didn't. When I found any of the partners that I had in the past, I was not nearly ready now that I look at it back in the day, but I was okay to date. I was able to prioritize my priorities, and that is the key to dating success. You want to make sure that you are not putting dating at the forefront of your life. As a dating coach, it kind of blows people's minds when I say dating is not the most fucking important thing in the whole wide world. And if it is to you, you are reeking of negative, desperate energy, and no healthy, normal, good person is going to be attracted to that. You can be the hottest person, you can be the most successful person in the room, but the truth is if you've got that energy going for you, if all of the areas of your life are failing or not doing well or not being tended to, then you're going to be ugly. You are going to be unattractive, and you are not going to attract good people, right? The behaviors when you go out, how are you behaving? Are you getting pissed drunk? Are your tits and ass out? Are you with the, boys in a booth? What person would be attracted to that? Do you think it's going to be a healthy, happy person? Do you think it's going to be somebody who likes you for you? Do you really think so? I don't think so. So just use a few of your brain cells to set you up for success so that you are ready to date and attract the right people. Now, you're going to realize that you're going to get less attention, but the attention that you used to get was from scum. Okay? And when you don't have scum anymore trying to infiltrate your headspace, your fucking physical space, your life, your DMs, you're going to feel a little lonely because the reality is you were willing to attract anybody that would give you attention to begin with just because that was what you were lacking. That external validation shouldn't really fulfill you or excite you or be like, wow, I'm hot because I got attention. From who did you get attention from? From who? From who? Okay. Reel it back in. Be able to be okay being in a little bit of that silence and a little bit of a lull and a little bit of a dry spell, because the good people, as you can see, are not in numbers. They're not the majority, right? They're going to be far and few in between, which will take time to find. In order to attract them, you need to be them. If you are not them, you cannot fuck on their playing field. You cannot play on that caliber, on that level. You don't fit there. So go back down to the bottom barrel and enjoy what you get there, okay? Until you decide that you've had enough with that lifestyle and that you're ready for something more. And that requires work and discipline in all areas of your life. Now, once you become a little bit more selective, that doesn't mean bitchy. That just means I'm not wasting my time on somebody who's going to be inconsistent. I'm not going to waste my time with somebody who goes to the club every weekend. I'm not going to waste my time with somebody who I know is a walking red flag. I'm not going to entertain anybody just for the sake of entertainment. When you stop doing that, when you start blocking, when you start limiting that, when you stop posting half-naked selfies on Instagram, you're going to see that the people that do approach you are going to be of a higher caliber. It's going to take a minute for your whole mind, body, and soul to align. Once it does, the energy will literally bounce off of you. And that is when you start to attract decent quality people that now you have the chance to date. People say dating is a numbers game, but you get burnt out by dating when you just go on dates with everybody, when you just accept any DM that rolls in. You are wasting your time, okay? And the more time and energy you put into things that you know from the get-go and in your soul and in your little intuitive gut that this is just not it, but you're forcing yourself because you're desperate, you're only going to get more of that, okay? I'm not trying to be all spiritual here or whatever, but that's the truth. Don't believe me? Go reflect in your life or go and try it out and then report back, okay? Let's say everything is decently in line. You know what you want, what you don't want. You want to date seriously. At least you've gotten that down. You have to know what you want. I always say that. Explore yourself, know what you want, what you don't want. What are you open to? What are you not open to? Everything else has to align. Are you following a bunch of naked men or naked women on Instagram? Everybody is looking at that. I'm sorry, but nowadays it's extremely important. Clean up your socials, clean up your posts. Be the person that you have always dreamed of being. Start to morph into that person, okay? And think, if I was my dream man and I looked at my profile, or if I was my dream man and I observed me from across the room, would I be attracted to that? This is where you guys kind of fuck around in tricky waters. I don't know if that's the saying, but you guys know what I mean. You start to think of your dream man and what he or she, dream man, dream girl, what he or she might want. And then what you end up doing is you create this fictitious character in your mind and you expect that to be the reality of, the next person that comes into your life. And then you always compare a real person to a fictitious character, which is never a good idea. The point of creating sort of this dream concept is it helps with how you move, right? So I know that my dream man, for example, is going to be a good, smart, emotionally intelligent person, that he is going to not be interested in the Insta thought kind of girl, that he is going to be looking for somebody who is more understated but is confident and quiet and doesn't need to be like crazy when she goes out or whatever. And so I channel that. If that's who I want to attract, then I have to be that person. Now, if it doesn't align with who you really are, then reevaluate who your dream person is and where that's coming from, because that's completely delusional. It doesn't make sense for you, right? So this is a lot of inner working. This is part of the inner work. This is a part of the building. This is part of getting ready for dating. This is a part of growing, my friends. So I realized that I want to be attractive to my future potential man in a goddamn turtleneck, okay? I want to be courted. I want someone to be a little bit more old-fashioned, be kind, not just want to fuck me the first night, not pull those moves, not slide in my DMs. I don't want to find him that way, right? So then I have to reevaluate how I'm dating, right? Am I posting online all the time expecting something? Because when we post online, we want attention. Don't lie to me. That's why I post. That's why you post. We all post, okay, for fucking attention. So if I'm doing that day and night, it's because I want somebody to slide in, ideally, if I'm single, right? So I don't want to meet my man on Instagram, so I'm not going to be fucking doing that. Because a lot of the guys on Instagram, we know how they be and how they act, okay? I don't even want my man to use Instagram. So why the fuck would I look for him on there? Start to think that way. That'll help you create your dating strategy. The reality is we are all on social media in some way, shape, or form, whether it is for work, whether it is just a personal thing, whatever it might be, we're on there, okay? And I'm not saying to neglect that, and I'm not saying to not at all be on there unless that really is not your thing. I'm going to take a pause, and I'm going to talk about dating online and dating apps. I don't want to see you guys on Tinder, okay? Tinder is a literal, fuck app. Okay, I'm so sorry unless Tinder switches it up, unless the reputation changes in some substantial way. Current day, right now when I'm recording this, Tinder has for many years and still is a fucking app. It is where you find your horse and it is where you find your disgusting dirty boys. That is what it is. I've never been on Tinder, but I have had people go on there and explain to me how it works and show me it just for my own knowledge for what I do. I never used to use dating apps back in the day because when I was dating and when I had my single moments, there were no dating apps. Truthfully, social media was not as big of a deal as it is right now. I was always in long-term relationships. So when those things were coming out, I wasn't on them because I had no purpose and no need to be on them. I found my current man on a dating app. Yes, I did. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, oh, I don't want to be that person who finds my man on a dating app because I used to shame dating apps. But I got over my little ego battle. And basically, when I got out of a long-term relationship, I took a break. I healed. I dealed. I did my part to be ready to date effectively and not waste my goddamn time because I was busy getting my money, focusing on my friends and my family and enjoying my life. Dating was not the forefront. I ended up getting on a dating app because it was still like the tail end of like, you know, the crazy pandemic era, whatever. And I was so tired of the city I was living in and everyone knows everyone kind of thing. So I went on a dating app to expand my horizon. Here's how you use dating apps, okay? I recommend Hinge. Not even sponsored, but Hinge should fucking sponsor me because that's where I met my man. Go on a dating app like Hinge, a little bit more esteemed, less known for its sluttiness, for its easiness. Dating apps are very unhealthy because it's kind of like this disposable way of like, you know, liking people and not liking people, connecting with them if they're good looking and not connecting with them if they're not. You know, people really do look at your photos more so than the prompts, but the prompts are where the good stuff is at and where you can start to impress and utilize your personality to showcase and stand out a little bit more. Because eventually, after swiping for a while, everyone starts to look the same. Everyone starts to look like a douchebag. Everyone just is just whatever. You know, it becomes really, really mind-numbing. And this is a terrible pattern with dating. These are my rules. You are only allowed to be on a dating app for 2 to 3 weeks maximum. If you're using it regularly and swiping regularly, you have to stop. Okay? You use your dating app 3 times a week, far and few in between. You swipe. You make sure that if you connect with somebody, if the conversation doesn't happen a day or 2 later, they're done to you, okay? That means that they're probably out and about. They're probably talking to 700 other people. That's how people use the app. They don't want to admit it. They can say, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. If it's your person, if it's your time, it won't pass you by. So just trust that. Take it more easy. Get on there 3 times a week. Do a little swipe for a few minutes. Don't be religious with it. If you're swiping all the time and looking all the time, what are you doing? You're reinforcing that desperate, negative lack energy that you are trying to avoid and trying to work on. You're actually feeding it, right? You're constantly looking, and then you get discouraged too after a while. Oh, this isn't panning out. Oh, this person didn't follow up. Oh, this person isn't messaging me back. Oh, this, oh, that. Should I change my picture? Should I this? Should I that? Then you spiral and then you give up on dating. And then again, you go back to your little pathetic, I mean, me single for the rest of my life attitude, which is not attractive. And it's a vicious cycle. So that's why I say 2 to 3 weeks maximum on a dating app. And then I want you to deactivate it. Every person that you have connected with in that period, I hope you got their number. When you are on a dating app, the goal should be to connect with somebody, to talk 1-2, get their number, talk off the app, and see if you can create concrete plans to meet up. Okay, that is the purpose of a dating app, and that is how it should be used if you want to date effectively and efficiently. Do not waste your time with a pen pal buddy online. Do not waste your time with a sexting buddy. There is no need for that. There is no end to that. That is just wasteful and useless. And if you do that, you are telling yourself, this person, and the universe that you want to waste your time, that you can afford to waste your time, that this is what you want. Just games. When you make concrete plans, it's not to say that because you did this and because you were a little bit more strategic and that you were pretty clear that you are going to end up on a date with the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams or your fucking hubby or wife, your future hubby or wife. That's not true. The dating is when you actually meet up with them and start to go on dates and feel them out. This is going to be trial and error. This is not going to always be good, and it's not always going to be great. It's going to be sometimes just meh. And you have to decide if you want to continue seeing that person or not. This is where you learn to say yes and no as well. These are good life skills. Dating is beyond, finding a partner and going on dates and fucking, okay? There's so much more to it. You can learn so much about yourself, and it can actually strengthen not only social skills, but little personal skills, right? How do I say yes? How do I say no? How do I create boundaries? All of these important things, which I guarantee you haven't practiced much, okay? And it shows, my friend, it shows. I say that with love and grace, okay? If you are on it for past 3 weeks and you are swiping continuously, get over it. You see the same people and it's gross. And this is why I say to also delete it, because it's not only that you get this dating app fatigue, you also look thirsty. When you swipe and you start to see the same face here and there and you're like, you're still on this app, buddy? What do you think they're saying about you? You're still on this app, ma'am? There must be something wrong with this person. That is how we think. So let's not try and be all like high and mighty and think that we are, better than thou. Like the truth is we all think this way. We're like, oh, red flag, like fucking you still on here, the fuck? Deactivate the account, then recreate. If you stay on the app for 2 to 3 weeks and you're changing your pictures, you look thirsty. Don't do that. These are little tips I have to sprinkle in here. Don't do that. Create it, double check it, have a friend look through it if you want, and post it and leave it. You think I paid that much attention to my dating app profile? No, I didn't. I posted a few pictures, none of which were bikini photos, none of which were naked photos. Okay. You should have one full body shot though, so they know kind of like your physique and like your body shape, because people have preferences and that's fine. And that's it. Less filters, just do you. Make sure we can see your face clearly. Keep it simple. What would you want to see from somebody else's profile? Now mimic that. I'm not going to go through, what the first photo should be or second photo, because that's all nonsense and bullshit. Okay. Like not everyone agrees with that. Not everybody cares about that. Prompts, put in some effort. Don't like discard all of them, like I know it's kind of cheesy and annoying, but like put minimal to decent amount of effort. Don't overdo it. Don't write paragraphs in Bibles, because then that also comes across as too much for most people. So just very basic rules about using the dating app. Okay. Give yourself a week or two between when you deactivate and when you reactivate, and start to date in real life. This also forces you to get out there and do the old fashioned thing and actually be social and meet people in different settings. How do you meet people in different settings, and where are they located? Where the fuck do you go? Where the fuck do you go? You're a human being. You go to a coffee shop? Great. Open your fucking eyes and get off your phone for once. Look around. Be approachable. There is something to be said about you guys with your sunglasses indoors and your phone glued to your face. Nobody wants to fucking talk to you. You look miserable and you look like a fucking dick. So if you're trying to find your man or your woman, don't be looking unapproachable. Don't be looking like a fucking dick. That doesn't mean to sit and smile at everyone, but that means to not be scared of some eye contact. To just, do a quick scan of the room. Not like look and be thirsty, but a quick scan, see who's around. If anyone intrigues you and you can make eye contact with them, give them a nice smile and get back to your business. Or if you want to, go make a move. Girl or guy, go say something. You're in line at the coffee shop. This is also good. Get out of the drive-thru. Get into the coffee shop. Start to change those little habits of like you being antisocial to you being slightly more social. And if that means that you don't say anything or you don't see anybody, that's fine. Put yourself in those positions. Okay. Get yourself out there, physically out there. You're not going to find your wife or your husband at the goddamn club, bitch. You're not going to find them there. Okay. And if you do, I don't know if I would trust it too much. Yes. Some people have, okay, I know. Oh my God, but I found my husband. I don't give a shit. We're going to err on the more safe side. The reality is you probably won't. Okay. We're going to look at probability here. Chances are you probably won't find good people at the club. Where else can you go? Take a walk. Is there a festival happening? Is there something? I don't know. Like talk to your friends. Let them know I'm single. Do you guys know anybody? Like just take that step. You go to school. There's tons of people. Join a club. Join a gym class. Join whatever. You have to do these things. I know it sounds cheesy. I know it's annoying, but trust me, this is the only way. I found guys out and about. Okay, when I'm like walking around on a nice day, or if it's a freezing day, I'll be inside a coffee shop. I'll try different local places. At least it's local. I know that I want to meet my man somewhere close by. Didn't really happen for me that way. That's what dating apps do. kind of mingle around there and see who else is out there. You think you know everybody that lives in your area. That's not always true. You're just closed-minded. You've just shunned that off. You've closed that book. I know I shunned Instagram quite a bit. That's not to say that every person that uses Instagram is going to be a douchebag, but oftentimes they are. So if you do find somebody, slide in the DM. It doesn't hurt. If it doesn't hit and if it doesn't reach and if it doesn't play out the way that you would have hoped, then don't worry about it. Also, don't be scared of rejection. I think when people date, they get so scared of rejection that they just avoid potentials. They just avoid opportunities because you're so scared of being rejected. What happens if you're rejected? Your life doesn't change. You weren't dating this person before, so you move on with your life the same as it was. What, they don't fuck with you? They ignore you? Okay. Like, you're lost, buddy. Great. Thank you for showing me who the fuck you are. Thank you for showing me that you're not my cup of tea or that you're not my person. Now I can move forward. It's really easy. And I made a video on rejection. Go watch it here. This will really help you and encourage you and give you the right mindset when you get out there and you start just talking to people and reaching out to people or going in public or shooting your shot online as well. Be thankful for people that reject you because that is the most crystal clear answer that I think anyone will really give you throughout your dating experience. Most people just ghost. Most people don't say anything, but people that are like, sorry, no, not interested, or like, excuse me, what? Like, or fuck off. Thank you. Thanks. Perfect. Like, got it. Got the hint. Don't worry about it. And you grow from each interaction every time you try. You can't be good at something if you have not practiced. It's very, very rare. It doesn't happen often. It's not really a thing. I've heard that people sometimes go on dates that they know really won't pan out, but they just practice their dating skills, which I don't think is wrong, but I also think you're using somebody else for your own, I don't know, like social skill class that you're like doing here and the other person's unaware of. It's kind of not fair, kind of rude. Imagine they did it to you, and you were actually into them and you made time for them to go on a date. Like, people are a little bit shallow and selfish, but if it works for you, I can't really do much. I don't really fuck with that, but you do you. I think go and see what potentials are out there. Position yourself in a way to attract those potentials. Be in places where those potentials would be. Be confident, work on yourself, and don't be super hungry. And whatever lands, lands. And whoever's attracted to you is attracted to you. Whoever isn't, isn't. It's not going to be, and I'm giving you a warning, it is not going to be easy. It is not going to happen overnight. And you're not going to find your person after 1 or 2 dates. Sometimes you do, but usually no. Okay? I went through a summer of dating, essentially. Fun. I wasn't really thinking of anything serious, and this was also the key too. I wasn't thinking of anything serious, so I wasn't hunting or hungry or desperate. I was cool with or without somebody, and that was a genuine sentiment that I knew in my heart was true. But I was open. I was open to serious things. I never shut them down. I would go on a few dates if I liked the person, and if I realized this wasn't it, then it wasn't it. If they realized I wasn't it for them, then they would tell me. I can focus my time on somebody else, right? That's how it works. And I kid you not, as cheesy as this is, but this goes to show that the universe works in mysterious ways. Just don't be a desperate fucking bitch and everything will happen for you. Like, honestly, that's the fucking rule. I cracked the code to the universe. The day that I called my friend at the time, I was like, listen, I'm deleting Hinge. I've decided I'm just going to enjoy the end tail of my summer and just do me. Hang out with my friends, focus on my business, like do all these things. La-di-fucking-da. And the day that I was about to delete it, I see this message pop up on my Hinge, and I had notifications off, so I would only see them when I went on the app. I was like, okay, who is this person that said, hey, like really basic slide into, nothing spectacular. And this is why you guys practice your sliding game and all that stuff. Like, I get it, put some energy into it, but I think you guys overthink it and put way too much effort in the wrong areas of dating, truthfully. And we can go into that topic if you want. Just leave any of your questions or scenarios down below and we can get into that in a different episode. I see this message, and for whatever reason, I just said, okay, fuck it. Before I delete, let's just see if this is anything interesting, if he's of interest to me, and let's see if we can move off of the app quick. And then I'm going to delete the app, and then I'm just going to see if it goes anywhere. If it doesn't, I'm cool. Like, I'm so cool. I really was, like, so hesitant even. And, like, his photos, honestly, were, I don't know, it kind of, like, did not look that good on his dating app profile. I'm not gonna lie. I even tell him that to this day. I'm like, you had some fucking ugly photos. Like, I don't even know how. It was just this force in me, and it it happened, and I'm so surprised, but here we are. Like, it was just meant to be, right? Meant to be. So we started talking. We got off the app pretty quickly, and he was persistent, and he was consistent, and he was traveling, and he kept me updated. We met up a few times before he traveled, and he was like, okay, I'll like text you and I'll see you when I get back. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Like, he's not going to see me when I get back. Like, I'll be probably hanging out with somebody else. He's probably just going to stop talking to me halfway through his trip. Like, that's just guys. That's just how it is. Total opposite. And years later, here we are, So that's what I'm telling you guys. I was not set on something. I just was open, and I was who I was. I created this person that I liked, that I was working on, I've still yet to perfect, obviously, and I know I'll never get there, but that is the journey. That is the beauty of life, is to constantly work on being a better person and doing your best to be happy with yourself. And I was on that journey just at the beginning even, but I was in the right direction. And so I attracted the right people at certain moments in my life when I needed to learn certain lessons, or when I, was being a fucking idiot. So I attracted fucking idiots, a hard lesson I needed to learn. That is how it works. And if you are not able to pull parallels or see the clues that are being dropped in your past dating life, or up until now, or up until fucking last weekend, babe, then wake up. It's time for you to be more observant and make the right choices, okay? Set yourself up for success. Set yourself up to be an attractive person for the person you are attracted to. You understand? Without compromising who you are for them. Because your person and the person that is meant for you, A, will not pass you by. B, you don't have to compete for. C, will like you for who you are, exactly as you are. There is not going to be none of that, I need to act a certain way, and I need to go do this, and I need to fix my face, and I need to no, as you are right now. As long as you're good with yourself. The only thing that will decipher whether or not somebody that is meant for you will be attracted to you or not is who this person is inside. I'm banging on my chest like a fucking gorilla. Inside, baby. What's going on in there? Because you can hide it with a fake face and the fake hair and the fake tits and the fake ass and the fake muscles and the cash and the cars. But the right person will smell that and run the other way. And that is your fault. Okay? That is your fault. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that this was helpful. I sprinkled in a bunch of pieces of little advice for using the app. I'm not going in super micro with that because I don't think people should, be taught how to use it exactly. Like, use it as you please and whatever feels right for you. But at the same time, keep certain things in mind and don't lie to yourself. How to use the app, everybody else is using the app that way. So with that knowledge, use it to your advantage. Avoid dating app fatigue. Stop being thirsty. Stop being desperate, because that is the most unattractive thing. And that is what is stopping you from dating successfully. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give this podcast episode 5 large and in charge stars anywhere you listen to podcasts, and give this video a thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube. It means the world to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post another episode, which is coming very soon. I'm very excited for it. And I will see you guys back here very soon. Take care and have the best 2024, babes.